anything you want.
Welcome to the Vanguard Show. I give you information you need to know about them dogs, put them on the go. I'm in the hood, yeah, we about to blow. Worldwide getting wide open. Vanguard getting wide open. I come with the door open. I got the dogs with the doors open. Yeah, y'all ready for this new edition? We about to get this information today. So, over the weekend, I hope some of you guys got out there and trained your dogs, build your relationships, use the proper methods. You try not to be sloppy. You try to do it the right way. There is no wrong way, but the right way is make it fun and make it all for the dog. There's no need for you not to have a good, well-trained dog when all you got to do is just ask the trainer. Man, I'm on my live and I got guys just keep calling me like crazy. So let me tell you what this show about today. It's about continuing doing exactly what you love to do. And that's train your dog. Right? So I had a show before where I gave you guys the information on how to build a bond with your dog and easily shape behaviors with your dog very early, very fast. And it's pretty much a system that I use on all of my dogs, and it can work with you for your dogs. But you have to do it exactly how, I'm trying to explain that you should do. Because there's no in between. So, whether it's a puppy or a young dog or older dog, and I want to start training that dog, the first thing I do is I put the dog in the car and we ride to one of these nature trails. And my intention is to walk 2 to 4 or 5 miles with this dog. Why do I want to do that? Why? When you take these long walks with these dogs on a nature trail, you're going to be able to see everything that you need to know about this dog. It never fails. I'm telling you, this is something I've been doing with dogs since the beginning of time. I'm talking about every breed of dog I've ever had. Every breed I've had, all different types of breeds. You name it. And every last one of them had to have some kind of training in it if it was going to be living with me in my home, riding around with me, representing the Vanguard trademark. And I go 2 to 4 or 5 miles in the woods with this dog because you can, at that time, evaluate everything that dog's thinking because you're going to be able to let him go free. When you walk out in the woods with these dogs, it seems like if you were versus a neighborhood or park when you go in the wilderness with the dogs. Hello, everyone. We got Bino, Glock, Doug, Faru. We got Carlos in the house. Whoop, there it is. 95 South in the house. What's up, Carlos? So it's like when you're in a neighborhood, there's so many distractions. You got cars, other animals, from dogs, cats. You have children, people doing things that you might not want to happen at the time you're trying to evaluate the dog. And it's very safe because when you go in the woods with these dogs, it's very, the word is solitude. You're going to get a dog that wants to follow you. If you let him loose in the neighborhood, he's not going to really follow you. But something about when I go in the woods, on these nature trails with these dogs, I can use a long line, 10-foot, 20-foot line, drop it. If I need to step on it to contain the dog, to restrain the dog. If I'm in the woods, I can see people sometimes on those trails at a distance or hear them, and I'm able to reel the dog in close to me or pull him close to me. And I can see how he responds to other people and other animals on the trail at a distance. And as they get closer, I can begin to program the dog what to do and what not to do. There's so much silence versus being in a neighborhood. Doug said he's noticed that there's a difference walking in the woods from what have I noticed. It brings out their instinct. What do I know about Michael Kawanka? I have no idea who that is. But when I walk in these woods, this is a routine. I'm observing. I'm documenting. I'm learning the dog's boundaries that he creates on his own, his confidence. I'm seeing all kind of instincts in this dog character, and I'm able to evaluate them, and I'm able to build upon that. And you can too. You won't be able to do these things in a neighborhood. You won't see the things that you need to see in the neighborhood versus going in the wilderness and walking on these nature trails with your dogs. And so every day I like to go walking with my dogs out in the wilderness. And it also builds the bond and a relationship with your dog. You're able to roll a ball. You're able to take little treats. And while you got the dog on a long line, and throw the treats in front of him and throw it over in the bushes just a little bit and let him snoop around. And you can put trigger words on it. And those are going to be games later on. You can throw a ball with treats in them the same way I use the scented ball. And that's the foundational imprint of teaching a dog to search after we play the game with food, throwing little treat, little meat balls over in the bushes. I have one already in the ball. He don't know it, and I throw that over there. we can go in the woods and I'll jump over a tree stump and I'll make the dog jump over a tree stump, throw the ball. If he has drive, I see the ball. I'll play games in the wilderness. That wilderness game is going to be the foundation for everything you want to train your dogs to do. Oh yeah, Carlos, I just checked out who you were talking about. It's a British songwriter, musician. Oh yeah, that's the song I was playing. Ah, you got me. You got me. I'm so glad to see you on here, Carlos. I was very proud when I seen that the city gave you guys a special day, you know, here in Jacksonville. And some of you guys might not know that there's always, everybody's on here, vanguardians or people, important people. This guy Carlos on here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the rap song "Whoop." There it is. That's one of the artists right there, Mr. Carlos Spencer, on the live right there. I also went to school with that guy. Yeah, I love that song right there. Let's play it again. Let's just get it. Let's get this play. We need to hear it again one more time. Y'all need to hear it again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh. Ooh. Woo. I love that song, y'all. You got your German Shepherd. You about to head to the woods. Train him up just to get the cats that's no good. Saying, homie, yeah, I wish you would. I let him go and take you out through the woods. I got them real killers. Vanguardian, Dutch Shepherd killers. So, if you want to be able to build a connection with your dog very fast, I recommend that you guys go on one of these nature trails with your dog. When you're walking with your dog, you can let the line loose, you know, have your long line, or you can, you know, eventually say, okay, it comes when I call it. You can put an e-collar on your dog, let your dog go out there, and once he's roaming through the woods like he's going too far off, you hit the button. Here, you can do a stimulation instead of a vibration stimulation, and have him come back and give him a treat. Good boy, mark and reward. You can let him go again once he starts acting like his attention somewhere in the new smells, the sights, the sound. Here, as soon as he come back, mark and reward. Good boy. Next time he comes back, you take his treat, throw it over there in the bushes. So find it. Where is it, boy? Where is it? Show it to him, let his nose come into it, throw it over into this a little bit in front of you, and then throw it a little further, and then throw it a little further. Then next thing you know, you ease one of your balls out or something. Then you walk some more with the dog. When people come and say, for instance, your dog growl and you don't want him to growl at some, you want him to growl, or you see some people, or you can then mark it. Yes, good boy. Then you can walk the other way down another trail somewhere and don't let them pass him. What's up, Nabante? Or you could have your dog, and you want to get the dog aggression out of him. You might have an e-collar or a pinch collar, and when the dog comes, you can say quiet, quiet, no, quiet, and hit it, or hit it. And when he gets quiet, you can praise, mark, and reward. Good, quiet, good boy. You're not going to be able to do these things with so many distractions, what I'm saying, here in the city or in a neighborhood. You know, every 5 steps, you got so much going on. But not saying that that's not a part of your training, because Everything you've done in the woods is going to build a strong bond and a relationship of understanding a system with your dog. Then you come back into the city and go down out in the city and walk through the city life with the dog, and then teach them about, walking on your side. I use walking in downtown in the city area for teaching my dog staying on my side, or not necessarily walking in a sports hill, but just staying with me and not running out. Every time I get to a stop sign, I'll say, get ready to go across the street. I'll say, wait, we'll stop. And I'll pull a leash. And when he stops, I say, good, that's a good wait. Okay, Deckard, or good, let's go. And then we'll walk again. So I use the city life for a format of hill, walking and stopping at the corner, then telling the dog we can go, and then next getting across, wait, okay, then go. And you can't anticipate it. Dog can't anticipate it, but he'll begin to learn that, okay, wait a minute, I can't cross over this way and I can't do this. That's why I have a dog. When you see me out and about, he looks so balanced. I'm using the wilderness to train one style. Then I'm using the city life to train one style. You see? Then we may go off into these stores, and I begin to let the dog see that he goes into these buildings with a lot of people and animals and so much going on, and slick floors and doors and noises and sounds. Then you really get to see, has the dog, is he disacclimated to the kind of lifestyle you need? Once you do that wilderness, the city, and then start going into public places like that, you'll know if your dog has the confidence to be able to be the kind of dog that you need in your program to continue on. And you'll be making decisions either to keep the dog or rehome the dog with someone else that type of dog can fit into their lifestyle. Because each one of us, we all sound like we want the same kind of dog and want the same, level of everything in our dog, but we don't. Each one of us has a dog for a different purpose. Each one of us do not necessarily have the same desire. So that's very important, to train those 3 different styles, then come to the bridge and know if we're going to cross over this bridge together. And then we continue on doing the same thing. Out in the wilderness, you're able to if you're able to get a friend, then you can start playing new games. The friend can hold the dog and you run down a path or two, and you'll be able to let the dog go, because then the dog won't be able to get hit by a car, run out into the street and ran over by a truck, and all your investment has been destroyed. And plus you have a broken heart. You'll never get over that. Some of you guys may be around here, in a hole for 3 or 4 weeks crying. You don't want to see anybody, can't eat. I can't sleep, baby. No, I can't eat, maybe. Maybe. I miss my dog, right. I miss my dog, right. Yeah, man. It'll break your heart. You'll never get another dog like that dog again, but you'll get another dog. Each one of these dogs are special. And I don't care what anybody says. I've had so many dogs in my lifetime. And none of them are the same. Each one of them learned, a game. I might play a certain game, it could be find the wallet game. And each dog plays that game totally different from the other dog. And so no dog will ever be the same as your great dog that you've lost. Dog training is a joy. And it is a joy to be able to take your dog just about anywhere and be welcome, because people love dogs that are well trained. Even a dog that can bite can still be trained and conditioned to tolerate certain surroundings and in certain environments. Sometimes, you know, we may not want our dogs to be in those type of environments because we're using it for a different purpose. But if you want to make an all-around well-balanced dog, that's pretty much the system. I wanted to get on here and share that with you guys because 3 or 4 days had went by and I was like, I hadn't done a live. I gotta be more consistent. I gotta get alive. And it's kind of hard because sometimes I can't think of things I want to tell you guys. I like how I hit them. You know I couldn't go in there and couldn't come out with that jug now. Yeah, so being consistent is always going to get you success. And, you know, another thing I like to share for some of you guys that may be new Vanguardians and don't know, there'll come a time when you train your dog every day and say to yourself, you know, why isn't this dog doing what it you know, don't seem to get it. Sometimes it could be the message isn't coming across because maybe you're not doing it right. But a lot of times, if you don't have a dog from the correct genetics, then you're not going to get that result that you're looking for. You know, you're not going to get that. Nabante said, I'm thinking about showing the sleeve to Ava bit now. You think it's late? No, man, a dog's never too late to learn. Hey, don't believe that saying that you can't teach your old dog new tricks. You want to teach me something? Go ahead, share it with me. If I watch it, I can mimic it. So why the dog can't learn? Right now, it's time when you want to show your dogs those kind of things. But you don't, as honest as I can tell you, because I sold you my personal dog. That dog already bite somebody. That dog already like to play drive games. That dog already want to run out there and bite the sleeve. So maybe you just reworded that wrong. Like having people come to here, cage and shit, been doing that. Like having people come to a cage. Well, if you need to fire up, that'll work. But she already will fire up. You know, the benefit of that, you can do that from the cage in the house or cage in the car if you want to put your trigger word on it. The cage is a good system for teaching the trigger word. No. It's not no weed. This regular cigars. I don't smoke weed. Just don't. But if you want to put a trigger word on it to get her fired up, then keep her in the cage and you in the house, and then somebody, you nod your head, they open the door, come in there, they shaking pennies, and run like they come into the cage, like they feel tap a cage and run out. And it gives you the chance to put the trigger word on it, but you don't really need much cage work with that female. She's out of Bella and Kodak. She already barking somebody she don't know him. She don't like people like that. Yeah. So you can easily get the response that you kind of get out of a dog. Hello, boss. I'm a deputy king. What do you go by? Grandmaster. Yeah, so you get out there and go into the wilderness, and when people come, sometimes you can like go off the trail a little bit and squat down next to your dog and be petting it on, and you can be telling him to calm down, or you could tell him, be like, watch that man, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him, here they come. Or put whatever words you're gonna use. And you can start, and you'll be surprised one day you'll be in the house, you say, look at them. Oh, here they come. Right when the bad guy come. Good boy. As soon as he's zoom in on him. I am a Sheriff Deputy Canine. My canine name is Duke. He is a Belgian Malinois Dutch Shepherd. Yes, sir. Get out there and find the big lick. But make sure you don't call your boss and your boys when you find that $1 million. You kick it to the side of the fence. You call me up and you take them on the other side of the trail, and I'll come get the bag and we'll bust down. Bust down the middle. Screw. Cause it's empty over here, bro. Yeah, well, you know, like for instance, if I'm saying it right, Gunnar Kincaid. Well, Gunnar Kincaid, your life on the line, so you know you have to have a good dog, and you have to have a dog that's accurate and sure, and you have to one day come to a decision real fast if that dog's learning or not, and keeping your documentations and your book right, because hey man, you want to come home with all this stuff going on. Soon they see the dog, you a threat. They ready to bust you up, bust you across the head and the dog, because you finna take away their freedom. So, you know, you want a dog that's accurate and sure if you want to win and get the bad guys off the street, as well as if you got a dog that's an explosive dog, you ain't got no room for error. So I hope you got a good dog from a Belgian Shepherd and Malinois line. If you don't, you just know the next time, pick up the phone and dial 904-450-3339 and call Vanguard K9 where all the dogs are great. Okay. Yes, sir. He is 2 years old and he is a good dog. Never ever bit another deputy. Well, that's a good thing. As long as you on this line, I mean, you was able to come home every night with this dog. Because some of these guys I see, they're picking up dogs and they just don't have it, man. What did I say? Salim, Yasin, Jahid. How do you get the dogs to let go on command? There are several ways of doing that. Okay, let me give you 3 ways I prep a dog for that. And everybody got methods, but I'm just gonna give you mine. One, I'm already conditioning my dogs when I play the game of focus, drive, and grip with my tug toy, my Roy. So all of a sudden I'm tugging with the dog and I want the dog to come loose. Say I have a treat and I put a treat to his nose. I say, lot loose. And I stick that treat to his nose. And as soon as you do that, I open my hand. Good boy. If that don't work, now it's gonna work sometime. Or I can have the treat sausage, his favorite troll. And so I said, I hold him by the collar and I throw it lust. And he'll see that treat that stimulates his drive, and he smelled it and it flicked on the ground. Good boy, yes, good loose. Then as soon as he eat that treat, I come back and drive. Then I might have a ball here. Look, soon as it's coming out, he don't see it. Let's see what I'm saying? Now, other ways people use e-collars, and some dogs will fight through it if you don't do it right, and that tears the drive out of them a little bit. And sometimes if a dog ain't seasoned, you can spook the wrong kind of dog, and he might not want to bite again because he get the wrong message. So it's about the picture you paint in the dog head. So I'm playing games of loose with my dog all the time. So as soon as he said loose and he let loose again, if I don't have another toy and he begins to let loose, I throw it, I make drive again with the same toy. Yes. Let's, yes. yes, yes, come up and let it hit it. And make drive. That's a good boy. So I play loose games, loose. And of course, in a fight, in a battle, sometimes, you know, dogs don't want to let loose and get crazy, but you got to stand still. You can't keep tugging. Has to be done right. There's so many ways, so many videos I have. Go back in my archive. And if you need a one-on-one, you know, you can pick up the phone and call me. It's a little consulting fee. Say, hey, man, I'm a vanguard. And I just want to pay you to teach me how to do this. And I'm going to say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I will. You going to learn today. You going to learn today. What that Kevin Hart say? That's how he said. You going to learn today. Ha, ha, ha. You going to learn today. So it's easy. Getting the dog to let loose is by playing little games, let loose in the house, starts in the house, on the sofa, in the woods. Soon as he, no distraction, he carrying his, soon as we fight a little bit, he walk around with the toy in his mouth, and and all of a sudden I'll call him and I'll say, let's, and throw a ball. He gonna drop that one because that one look more fun and exciting. It's rolling. Woo! Wow! Yes! Let's! So when you get ready to say, let loose, he said, when he do that, the picture in his mind, we finna get drive something else. He finna do something else. It's another fun game. So that's how you work on that over time. And next thing you know, you have a dog that is letting loose. And you don't have to use your pinch collars or your e-collars. Normally when you see guys have to do a lot of work, e-collar, pinch collars, and not that it's, to me, sometimes when you play these prey games, people get so gung-ho on the prey game so much with sleeves and stuff, and the dog get locked in what I call locked in prey. And sometimes I can look at a dog and read locked in prey. And that's where that's another story where you don't want to go too far down the road and get locked into prey. I remember Nabante said, I remember you saying a while ago that seeing your dog in that state of mind is crazy to see, and it really is. Okay. Yes, sir. My canine always let go when I tell him with the bite suit. And real people. Hey, man. That's a good thing. It's a good thing, because, boy, you want him to let loose when he biting the flesh. Because I ain't going to tell you no lie, man. I be feeling so sorry when I done seen my dog bite a few people. My dogs done got a lot of live bites in their day. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart when I know that hard mouth killer or somebody like that. And I be like, I hope, in my mind, what I'm telling him, I hope he let loose, because I don't want him to mangle this person up bad. Because my dogs bite hard. They make people relieve themselves in bodysuits. And I'm talking about some real pressure. I pride myself on breeding that hard mouth stuff too over the last 20 years. I wanted that hard mouth. Back in the 90s, I remember having some dogs, high drive dogs, a lot of French ring, sport ring stuff, from some KNPV stuff in them. And they did all of that, but their mouth wasn't hard. It wasn't making people want to say, oh, man, get him off. When I started breeding that hard stuff, it was imperative that the dog understood the message and obeyed. Well, I tell you what, guys, I have been on here 30 minutes, and I have allotted myself that time to do this and give you guys a dog talk one-on-one. I had a lot of great people come in here. I had my guy from 95 South, Whoop, there it is, was on here. We had Gunnar Kincaid, a sheriff who owns his dog. Was it Billy Badass? Let's see what his name was. What the King, was it King Bill? Uh, what was his name is King, but what his dog name was? Hey, he didn't say his dog name, man. Nobody don't want to know your name, Sheriff. We want to know the dog name. You're trying to be the star, the dog, the star. Okay, we had the sheriff on, the deputy sheriff with his cane. Duke was in the house. Duke came on here and watched the show with us today, and I'm sure Duke gonna be out there chasing more bad guys. And Duke, I tell you, man, I got a bag of treats around here. Whoa, we need to bust down, Duke. Next time you find the bag, you can go ahead and be acting like ain't nothing there, and let Mr. King. If he can read dogs, don't throw no signs with your tail and your ears. Stay normal, but make sure he ain't looking. Make sure he ain't looking, and then do some dog talk, and I'll get Kodak and find out. He'll come get me, pop, put it, pop, we'll break down, bust down. I'll buy you all kind of trasket. Yeah, we put the treats in the basket like Christmas. And we had my boy Nabante come on here. That's the thing. I didn't bought a bad dog one time. He bought a bad dog. Alan Mendrano was on here. He said I was hungry. He thought I was smoking weed. No, man, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm a square. I just like smoking cigars. Old cheap, 99-cent, 3 in a pack. I just like smoking cigars. I'm too old for all of that. Man, me all sleepy. Discombobulated. Ain't nothing like a good old cigar. I'm already crazy. I'm already high on life. I'm already up in the sky. I got the baddest dogs in the world, and I got the greatest friends, the vanguardians. I don't need it. But hey, if you got it, you like it, I love it. I thought we had Doug on here. Frank. Oh, I can't say that. Farq. Ayamard. I almost got that right. And Beano Glock came in there with the Rottweilers. Them ain't no Rottweilers. Your daddy ain't buy you that dog. You know what that is. That's a Top-Weiler. You got that dog from up top downtown, and it kind of looked like a Rottweiler. People's like, yeah, he probably got pit bull in it too. You took it home and bred it to your neighbor's dog. Then the markings came out looking like a Rottweiler. Then you took and did some AI, made the picture look like he biting and all that. Knowing damn well you're going to be just like my other little homeboy who wanted to buy a dog from me. I heard he got robbed. That ain't a good thing. I heard he got robbed, and the dog didn't do nothing. He just stood there while they was checking his pockets. But see, my life, like that guy King on there, that Kincaid King, he'll tell you. He the only person probably can come on here and tell you, because when he wake up every day and put on his uniform to go to work to make some money, and he paired up with a dog, so he's the K9 team. And when people get scared, they call the police. And when the police get scared, they call the K9. Let me say that again. When people get scared, they pick up the phone and call the police. And when the police get scared, who they call? The K9. So you can't be playing with your life. It is no dollar mark that I wouldn't spend for the right dog. There's no dollar mark that'll stop me from saving up, getting the right mark. If your dog is missing hair, remember we got this VGPs, new hair, VGP. This will bring your dog hair back beautiful and luxurious. If your dog is having hip joint and spine problems and you think he's sore and hurting, rather is young from working out or just old age, hip joint and spine care product, we have this. And we also have a hair product by the same company. This company right here is a friend of mine in Jacksonville. I call him Dr. X, Mr. Craig. This is his stuff, Meta Miracle. And I approve this message. Now, we do have 95 South on here. I know he sell products, so I'm gonna put that out there. And if you look at him, if y'all saw him out there, if y'all see him out there doing shows on the circuit, and they got them long beards, and they all pretty, especially Mike, Carlos' brother. He got old pretty beard. You don't want your girlfriend to see that. Now, it's the same type of product that I make, but it's not the one that 95 South is selling online. Maybe Carlos will put the website to his brother's product that they sell. But this is my C3 beard oil that promotes healthy hair and healthy growth. It softens and conditions. This is my wife's product. And I use it on my beard. And I look cute, don't I? Yeah, don't I look cute? Yeah, don't you hate me when you see me on YouTube looking all cute? Yeah, you want me to talk about dogs. You don't want me to talk about how good my beard look. No, you know why? Because I got this beard balm in my beard. So don't be afraid. Pick up the phone and call me for one of these good products. And while you're out there training, don't forget, I ain't gonna pull out no more products. Y'all gonna be like, man, this man be on the live, always trying to sell his products. KJ the Great finally got in here. He got late. He missed the whole show. He gonna have to go back, rewind, go back into the archive and hear it. And we got Jonathan Pettaway in here. What up, Jonathan? And Doug must have left my show to go back onto his own show over there at Connie Corso's, NWA. Connie Corso's, a podcast for dogs. Yes. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you what I need for y'all to do, because this is that part of the show. For you guys to support my show, y'all know y'all can cash out me at $ULYSEEMUFF Jr. Ulysses Muff Jr. Now I'm throwing the junior out there because I don't need your cash app and my son. I don't need your cash app and my daddy. That don't help me keep the lights on over here. The lights off if you don't sponsor me. And you don't sponsor me, I can't keep the lights going. And I'm telling you, that's how we feed the dogs, and that's how I'm able to pay for the internet so I can get on here and give you guys the 411 on how to make your great dog even greater. That's UL $ on Cash App, $ULYSEEMUFF. This information is priceless, and Snoop Dogg always said, game is to be sold, not told. Oh, no. Yeah, oh, what? Game is to be sold, not told, man. And I'm giving it to you for free. But it's because you guys are Patreons. And Patreons supports the channel. It's the only way we'll be able to survive and be here. And in this hard time, we haven't had. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate you. We just hadn't had any dogs to sell for the last litter. Those were dogs I was just trying to clean off my waiting list, man. I was just trying to get. I had and got backed up, and I had to come up with them dogs. So didn't we? The company didn't make any money. So hey, man, we're trying to recover. We need you guys to support us. Really, we do, and it helps keeps everything going. So I can be here next year, and the dogs will be here next year. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to just give all my dogs to the Humane Society. I won't be on here. I won't do it no more live because they don't need. I don't know if they don't want me, if they don't like me, and they just don't want to talk to me because I'm coming from the hood. Yes! Support the channel at 904-450-3339 if you're on sale. You can hit me at 904-450-3339. Ulysses Muff. Again, on Cash App is $ULYSEEMUFFJR. And we are Vanguard K9. Let me see, can I get one of these dog commercials playing while y'all guys up here? I'm trying to get on another show with Doug and Joe Church. And I have to support these guys because these guys really, they like my consistent supporters for my channel. Believe it or not, these guys like support financially and all kind of stuff. It's NWA Connie Corsos. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. If you're not, I want you to get familiar with NWA Connie Corsos. Some of us say Cane Corso, so let me say it for y'all. Say Cane. NWA Cane Corsos. Now let me say it the right way. NWA Connie Corsos. An all dog podcast show. All breed podcast show. I'm supposed to be on there real soon. I did a show with them a couple of weeks ago. And I believe it was about the good dogs are right here in the United States and that we don't necessarily have to purchase dogs from overseas when we done bought a lot of dogs, and good dog programs are here and people are really serious about having good dogs and we can just produce them here. I believe that's where, I can't remember fully because I do shows with them and the topics change and we talk about a lot of stuff. But if you want to get the 411, what's the 411? What's the 411, son? What's the 411? What's the 411, son? You better go over there to NWA Connie Corsos and All Breed Podcast and click on the button and listen to some of these dog trainers talk. I mean, it ain't just Vanguard. It ain't just the Grand Master on the show. He got a lot of masters on the show. And they for all people. So you might have people of all kind of nationalities and genders with their own opinions, and master trainers and regular dog trainers and breeders on there talking about their experiences about different breeds. So what's the 411? If you want to get the 411, I can't sit here and tell you. You're going to have to go subscribe to his channel. You can click off my channel right now because I'm finna get ready to get out here. Click off it and go over there. It's going to be a big old NWA. I used to think it was easy, think of Easy E now with attitudes. No, but that ain't what it stands for. I was trying to find one of my dog commercials because I really want to play one of my dog commercials. VGP. I need to have that stuff queued up, don't I? And I tried to use one of them apps to do a live cry, and man, I got messed up. I need some courses on how to make that work. VGP. New here. It's crazy. Guess I don't got none of my dog luggage commercials sitting around here nowhere. Anyway, I brought my little spirit down. I can't even find none of my little commercials to run for y'all. Pick up the phone. Dial 904-450-3339. Get your deposit in for your next killer. I mean, he'll be running them out the door. Just like the K9 King over there, Duke, with my friend King, we'll be busting down. We got dogs, we got dogs, we got dogs. We got dogs because dogs are us over here at Vanguard K9. And who do I have with me when you come to my show? Is the world's greatest friends, the Vanguardians. So don't forget to support my show, y'all. Joe is from Arkansas. I'm from VA, VK, the Great. And we out.